Thanks for joining us for the interview portion of the Data Speaks competition created in partnership with RFG 2018 and Sequent. I'm Nicole Doucette, a Science Communication Specialist with Sequent, and I'm joined today by Rob from Tsinghua University. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so Rob, your original abstract title was Lifecycle Assessment of Rare Earth Production based on physical flowsheet models at Sungwei Hill. So what is your revised non-specialist abstract title?
So my revised title is Reducing the Environmental Impact of the Materials that are used in electric vehicles and wind turbines.
Awesome. And so what question are you trying to answer?
So briefly, but I'm trying to understand and calculate the environmental costs of mining and processing to produce these rare earth elements. So these rare earth elements are a series of 17 chemical elements from the periodic table. And they're really important because they're used in a lot of technologies, low carbon technologies such as wind turbines and electric vehicles. I mean, one particular use that's very big at the moment is they're used as magnets. So as you can see here, I've got a couple of magnets, and they're actually the strongest magnets known as permanent magnets.
Oh.
And they contain the rare earth element neodymium. So one of the big challenges with producing these rare earths, so I've got a sample here. This is a monazite rare earth mineral, the green mineral that you can see here. And the issue is when we're producing these, there's a lot of energy required and a lot of chemicals that are used to actually mine and process and separate these rare earths out to be used in these green technologies. And so I'm trying to work out the best way to actually extract these and process it and separate these rare earths for these green technologies.
Great. And so what concept then does someone need to know to understand your research?
So one of the most important concepts I use in my research is understanding a life cycle assessment. So this is an approach whereby you actually, if you imagine all the different process steps that you have with producing rare earths, with a life cycle assessment, you're looking at understanding each input, so material and energy input, and emission and waste output. And so once you put these all together for the whole process, you can actually have an environmental score for the whole process. And this environmental score can give you information such as the global warming potential, or the land use change, or the acidification.
Great. And so what role does data play in your research?
That's fundamental to my research. Data is really important. So a life cycle assessment couldn't work without a huge amount of data. And that's actually one of the biggest challenges when doing a life cycle assessment, is to get good quality data. And that's why it's so important to collaborate with mining operations so they can provide data from their lab work or actually from their project themselves. And so data is really essential, and understanding the uncertainty of your data is also really important. Yes. Because once you do your life cycle assessment, you have this global warming score. It's really important that you know how far off that score you actually can be in your prediction.
Yeah, great. And so why was it important for you to come here and to share your data and your research today?
So it's very important to convey your research in this area, because rare earths it's a growing area. There's a big sort of low carbon technology revolution going on at the moment. We're moving very quickly to electric vehicles, and wind turbines are going up all over the world. And so it's really important to convey the environmental costs of actually getting the raw materials for these technologies. And so coming here and talking about talking with geologists and the mineral processors and other environmentalists to actually understand the full picture of this is important.
Yeah, the full picture, understanding that is always super important. Great. So thanks for joining us today, Rob.
Thank you.
Yeah. And once again, this is the Data Speaks competition at RFG 2018, created in partnership with Sequent. You can watch the videos on YouTube or Twitter, #CDataSpeak.